Hey, and welcome to Borsellino Carpentry. So today's video, I'm going to be talking about these two tape measures right here. The Stanley FATMAX versus the Stanley POWERLOCK. Both 25 footers. This has been my go-to tape measure for close to 2 decades. I think since I started. This has been like the tape measure I've always used. And I've had a bunch of friends that have used this tape measure, or one similar to this, the FATMAX. This one is the upgraded version that has a magnet on the end. And I'm just gonna open them both up. They're both brand new. I didn't want to use an old one versus a new one to show this video. So I'm gonna open them up and go through all of the specs of either one and the standout and the durability and the ease of use and all that kind of stuff, and just kind of see which one I like better. All right, so you can see here, they're both made in the USA with global materials. It's a little tricky thing they do there, but anyway, they're made in the USA. So, you know, it's the 4th of July. I figured what a great time to do this video. They're all red, white, and blue, got the flag on them. Very American product here. And so right off the bat, when you flip it over, you'll see they have these little scissor things. You absolutely want to open it this way. I've tried to just pull them out before and you end up bending the clip. So, and once they're like that, you can pull it off of this tab. All right, I'm going to put links for both of these down in the description, so check that out. So this one, as I said, is my favorite. This is what I've been using my entire career. The Stanley POWERLOCK 25 footer 33-425. And then I have the Stanley FATMAX magnetic FMHT 33865. You'll see right off the bat there's a difference here. This POWERLOCK is much larger dimension, length and width or whatever, you know. But when you flip them this way, this one is much narrower. The FATMAX is much wider. This is made of an ABS plastic. It's very durable. I've dropped these from all sorts of precarious situations and never had one break. They're incredibly durable, other than the tape over time can break, but that'll happen with any tape measure. They do have a lifetime limited warranty. I've been told that you can actually send these in and they will send you a new one. I've never tried it because I just found that out kind of recently, and I've thrown away dozens of them in my career, and I wish I had known sooner. So yeah, and then right off the bat, like pulling them out, using it, this feels very smooth. It actually feels a little more, the internal parts feels a little more clunky to me. I don't really know how to describe it other than that. But when it comes back in, it glides really smooth. And you're not really supposed to have them smash back in like that. You always want to like catch it, because you can wear out the little thing here. And it's supposed to move in and out. Both of them are. Like that. You can see it moving. Because that, when you're hooking, gives you the right measurement. And then when you push, gives you the right measurement. So that is supposed to move the exact width of that blade right there. So looking at the blade width, the POWERLOCK is 1 inch wide and the FATMAX is 1.25 inches wide. And you can see that the numbers are much bigger on the FATMAX than they are in the POWERLOCK. This metal feels a little flimsy on this one, and it's much thicker and beefier on this one. They both have a coating on them. This is a Mylar coating, and this one has the blade armor coating. This also has like an extra reinforced, I don't know if you can see that right there, but it's like double reinforced for the first 4 3/4 inches. I'm not sure exactly what that is for, but it's pretty cool. They both have a thumb lock, and they work, you know, pretty well. Once it's locked, you can slightly move it, so you have to make minor adjustments, but it doesn't move on its own. That one's a little tighter, but you can still move it slightly. So it says 3 1/8 inches. Yep, 3 1/8. So what you're supposed to be able to do is if you had like a wall, you can butt this up against the wall like that, and that will give you your measurement. So like 3 1/2 plus 3 1/8. So you'd be 6 5/8, right? And this one is actually a little simpler. This is 3 inches. Surprisingly, even though this one is wider here, this one is wider there. And for me, for my brain, adding 3 inches is much easier than adding 3 1/8 inches, especially if you get into 16ths and anything weird like that. One thing that this FATMAX has that the POWERLOCK does not have is a magnet on the end here, which is a rare earth magnet. It's supposed to be pretty strong. So you can stick it to anything metal, you know. I'm curious to see how much weight it'll hold. This is kind of a silly example, but it'll hold a hammer. I mean, I actually have to pull it off of there, so it can hold some serious weight. It's pretty cool. Which means if you're doing any metal framing, this is aluminum, so it won't stick to that, but it'll stick to that screw. You know, I guess that's helpful, probably in some scenario. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I'm sure there's a way that would be helpful. If you're getting anything of value out of this, give me a thumbs up. Go down there, subscribe, and hit that little notification bell so you can get notified of my new videos. By hitting that like button, it helps other people be able to see this. The POWERLOCK has a supposed 10-foot reach, and the FATMAX has a supposed 14-foot reach. And I'm going to test that next. So the POWERLOCK supposedly has a 10-foot reach. So we're just going to find out here how far I can get it to go. Ooh, didn't even make it to 7. Trying to hold it really still here. Ooh, I can't even get it to go to 7 feet. So I'm not sure what they mean by 10-foot reach. I guess like if I had it in my hand at 10 foot, like right now, let me just lock it in place at 10 foot. That's right at 10 foot. I can't even get it to do that, right? I guess if I do that, right, I can get it at 10 foot if I'm like holding it in the middle. But as soon as I let go, I'm taking pressure off with my left hand here. It's gonna pop at some point here soon. Yeah. So it won't do 10 feet. I don't know what they're trying to claim. Now the FATMAX is obviously gonna go farther. This blade is just much bigger and thicker. But again, I don't know if it'll actually hit their 14-foot mark. So I'm at 10 right here. So it will do 10. This one will do 10 to my finger. Wow, that is impressive. So yeah, as soon as I got past 14 feet, but again, it's 14 foot to my hand, not to actually where it bends, you know. So I'm at 12 foot. My left hand's at 9 foot. 13 foot. My left hand's at 10 foot. 14 foot. Yeah, that's it. As soon as you come in any farther from 10, and I can't really go farther out, there's 15 foot. It's ridiculous. All right, so I'm not sold on the like reach thing that they're talking about, but still, this one goes a lot farther. Okay, so here's the last test, right? I got my tool belt here. See, here's my old one. You know, I can just reach in there and grab it. It's very easy to get out. That's not hard to get out either. It's hard to say if one's better than the other. I think they both probably have their place. I still really like this. It's lighter. you know, it bends easier. A lot of times I have to do measurements like where I'm doing something between two walls and I gotta measure like that. And this bends nice and easy, whereas this one, it's not hard to do. It is definitely a little thicker though. The magnet for me is not like a selling point, but it's pretty cool. I will say these ones are cheaper, which I would assume they're like much smaller and just not as beefy, less material going into it. So yeah, I don't know. I'm probably gonna stick with this, but I'm gonna put this in my tool pouch and try it for a while and see. Maybe I'll be a converted person when I'm done with this. So I'm gonna put links in the description for both of these if you wanna check them out. If you got anything of value out of this, please go down below, hit that little thumbs up button, subscribe while you're down there, ring that little bell for notifications of my new videos, and I'll see you on the next video.